Alright, what's up, Knights? So welcome back. Again, this is Thought Factory, if you've never joined us. So what I do here is I watch Inside Star Citizen. Usually, it's the very first time I watched it. I haven't seen this episode. Last episode, I did watch it previously. But basically, I'm just reacting to it, and I'm giving you my opinions, my thoughts, what I think is going to happen, whatever. We're just watching it together. All right, let's go ahead and do this.
Going to do something that we've not done in Star Citizen before. You're going to be forcibly boarding another ship.
You know, with the ships, it's always an advancement, right? So the ANVIL Legionnaire is our new ship. It's a boarding ship. It's for a 2-man crew and then 8 people in the back. And basically, it's essentially for a hostile.
So it's a new ship. I kind of seen these, the concept and everything beforehand. I've seen it on Facebook and stuff. It looks really cool. I'm definitely excited to see what this can do. I think boarding ships are awesome. I think we need more of them. I think, I'm looking forward to that kind of gameplay. I'm hoping that it gets to the point of you disable a ship. You come up on the boarding ship, you dock on it to the docking collar. You have men at the docking collar. And maybe, let's say the ship has multiple docking collars. So let's say you put boarding ships on multiple docking collars for multiple entrances. I'm hoping that, again, it might tell us. I'm hoping that when we go to board, you have to cut or somehow, get into the airlock. So you're going to have to obviously cut the airlock and maybe bust it down or, do some kind of explosives or whatever to get into it. I think that's going to be excellent gameplay. I hope that it's not going to be something as simple as I guess you could do it where you cut the locks. So you cut the little locks open, and then you manually open the door. I guess you could do that, but
I'll take over. I think this is a very sort of iconic looking ship. We did some really cool stuff in the experimental phase.
Oh, let's go back and look at this. So it's looking like here. So this is going to be the insertion device. So this insertion device right here. I messed that all up. Insertion device. Excuse my accent. Anyways, that's going to be the docking collar right there. That's pretty cool. So it's going to come in, attach to it, whatnot. So let's see. I'm hoping that if someone's docked to the ship and another ship comes along and starts shooting at this ship. Maybe we can damage the docking collar. So maybe that docking collar of this boarding ship can be damaged. But anyways, enough of me talking. But this looks cool. I like the little boarding area. That's awesome.
Sort of iconic looking ship. We did some really cool stuff in the experimental phase. We had sort of crazy arms and things that could basically sort of latch onto ships. But ultimately, because you've got to take into account all the other ships that are in the universe that can be boarded, you kind of have to come up with a really sort of simple universal system, which is kind of why on this Legionnaire it is such a simple mechanic, essentially.
The Legionnaire fills a gap in our lineup for both.
Like I said, another thing, when we were looking at salvage, we saw that they were, again, disappointed. We saw where the laser was, stripping the hole. It was creating a hole in the hole. It would be cool if there was some ship that could attach to it and kind of like slowly strip away or slowly eat the hole away, kind of like a tick or a leech or something or whatever, and it gets inside of that hole, opens it up, and creates your own little entrance. That's probably going to be hard for them to do, but that's kind of cool too. Something that could do that. But I definitely think it should be a lot longer. I think that you should be able to access the dock and collar much easier than just attaching to the side of the hole and then creating your own entrance. But this ship looks awesome. I really like the design of it.
More lawful and less lawful careers where you need to take charge of another person's ship. Traditional flow for...
So this is again the boarding party. Why this guy shooting in the back? I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good idea to be shooting while your team is going in there. That seems like a good way to shoot your teammates in the back. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Concept art. Artist wasn't thinking about that apparently, but yeah.
For ship-to-ship docking is the person who wants to dock to the other ship requests it from the parent ship, and it's on the parent ship's pilot to accept or deny that, whereas the Legionnaire has onboard hacking abilities using the hacking minigame to perhaps forcibly override that acceptance and allowing it to happen instead. For players that are on the lawful side, its prime use is bounty hunting. For those perhaps with more military focus, it is like ANVIL's dedicated military boarding ship. And for those on the other side of the spectrum, piracy is its main role. So you are there able to attach and board other ships and take their crew, goods, or ship itself. That's the ANVIL Legionnaire. Looking forward to this one because it's a ship that appeals to both sides of the law. It brings with it a new side to
like
an existing gameplay loop or existing gameplay loops. It expands upon them, and it's something that I know a lot of players have been waiting for a long time. Is that the ability to board other ships forcibly, because it's sort of it takes away that safety a lot of players have at the moment, where I'm safe on my ship, no one's coming on here without destroying me. So people are really going to have to start thinking twice when these things hit the persistent universe.
Invictus Launch Week is back, starting tomorrow as we welcome the UEE Naval Fleet to the planet Crusader for this year's event. Now, throughout the festivities, you can test fly military vehicles for free, experience new releases like the ANVIL Legionnaire, rediscover old favorites, and tour an in-service Javelin destroyer. But how did it come to be in the fiction of our persistent universe? Let's go now to members of the narrative team to learn more.
I think a lot of people still find Invictus inspiring, and I think people need to know that the Navy's there protecting them. And I think getting to go to these events, getting to tour these large ships, and seeing how strong the UAE is very reassuring to a lot of the citizens and civilians in the UAE.
When Invictus originated, it was way back in 2542, and this was about a year into the First Tavaran War.
Tavaran War was the first time that the humans actually needed to organize a straight-up military.
So you imagine then you have this war kicking off, they need to recruit a bunch of starmen, you have these, farmers, these people from the city who need to get to boot camp and had no way of getting there.
Because ships weren't as widespread or as common among the public at that time.
The ship named the Invictus was tasked with going around to all the systems and gathering up the recruits.
As a way to not only kind of like drum up some support for the war effort, but to also bring them into a big...
I cannot wait for large-scale battles like this, but to be honest, I think we are extremely far off from this. I might be dead by the time we get to these large battles like this in Star Citizen, but I hope not. I really hope not. I really want to experience these battles, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Maybe technology will come far along in the next 10, 15 years or whatever.
Basic training.
And that's kind of how this event started. It would be this kind of big week of all the families saying goodbye to the young recruits reporting to war, and it kind of evolved from there.
So over the years, under the MESC regime, some criticized their Invictus events as being a little too political, a little bit too focused on the propaganda. But once the MESC regime fell in 2792, the event returned back to its roots about focusing on the Navy and the support and the really cool ships and equipment that they use in the defense of the Empire.
Invictus in the toy era started to be reshaped into the Invictus we know today, where there was a push to remake the Navy, to make it a noble institution once again. And so I think this more kind of celebratory aspect of recruitment and showing people what the Navy was all about, putting these ships on display, showing that we are united in purpose, as my hat says. Now, there still are detractors to Invictus. There was a great showdown post that we had that showed like people think it's spending too much of the public's money, that it's really just free advertising for the ship manufacturers, putting forth kind of a false front rather than showing the Navy how it really is.
The modern view of Invictus, I think, is still that sort of aspirational. It's meant to be that sort of thing of, it's a celebration of duty.
If you guys are new to Star Citizen, basically Invictus Week is is where they have these shows. It's kind of like a convention center. If you ever been to a convention center at like a car show or some kind of truck show or whatever, that's basically what it is. You go to this convention center. This year it's going to be at Orson. And when I say this year, I mean I think it's starting tomorrow. But anyway, it's going to be in Orson. And you go there and you go to the, there's normally signs that kind of show you where to go. And you go into this great big hall. And in that hall is going to be all these ships. And there is a schedule that the ship events will be there. There's a schedule. So I think from the 20th to the 21st it's going to be ANVIL, and then from the 22nd to the 23rd it's going to be AEGIS, and then so forth. So yeah, that's let me actually check this out here. Let's see. So let's look at the schedule. And I can also post this in the comments as well. So yeah, on May 20th to 21st, it's ANVIL. May 22nd to 23rd, it's AEGIS Dynamics, however you want to say it. May 24th to 25th, it's RSI, Origin, Outland, and Argo. And these are the ship manufacturers, by the way. May 26th to 27th is Crusader, TUMBLRIL, and MISC. May 28th, 29th is going to be Drake Interplanetary, and then May 30th to 31st is going to be Invictus Finale. So sometimes they reveal the new ships, or they reveal new things that may be coming in the finale, or there's some kind of surprise sometimes. Also, another thing is, based on that schedule, they're going to have ship sales. So, again, from the 20th, 21st, it's going to be ANVIL. So, if you go to the Robert Space Industry website, there's going to be ship sales. So, ANVIL will be 2021st, 22nd, 23rd will be AEGIS, and then, so forth. But, anyways, and if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a free fly event as well. So,
in a way.
It has a lot of kind of really fun, family-friendly elements to it, including very cool, stunt flying done by...
And basically what a free fly event means is that you can go to the website, and there's a way to basically go in and register, of course. And if you do want to register, I've got a code below, or not a code, but a link. Just go to the description. Click that link. It'll take you to the Robert Space Industry website. It'll take you to the registry page where all your information is filled in. There'll be a code there. It'll give you an extra 5,000 or however much. I think they've been doing 20,000. So you should start off with 25,000 if you use that code. I also get recruitment points for it. So yeah, if you're interested in the free fly and you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Now you probably won't get it until you actually buy a package, which, the smallest package is $45 if you like it. But yeah, just check it out.
By the 999 famous Reckless Squadron.
I mean, it's always cool to see gigantic, powerful military ships up close and in person.
It is.
I think the way that the UEE is approaching it, as this is, again, a way for people to come together to celebrate those who are putting something on the line.
So in general, it's kind of a staple event of the UEE every year, and something that a lot of people around the Empire look forward to.
So what did we learn about this week? Well, we learned that the ANVIL Legionnaire is the first ship dedicated to breaching and boarding other ships, which isn't always the nice thing to do, but sometimes necessary. And that Invictus Launch Week has become a mainstay of the persistent universe over the years, as well as your chance to tour the interior of a Javelin destroyer, if you're into that sort of thing. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. That's the new Manchester office. Maybe we'll go inside next week. We will. See you then.
All right, thank you, Jared. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. And, if you guys want to join our Discord and come chat with us, come join our org. We're mainly a trading / resource focused org. So, but yeah, just come chat with me, and you guys have a good one. Stay safe, Knights.